Hello everybody, it is a Friday night, and that means we're back in Final Fantasy XI. How are you guys? Has your week been okay? For everything I'm hearing in the news, it just keeps getting worse and worse. Oh my gosh, I hope you all are safe, and you are sound, and you are able to spend time with your family and friends. Oh my gosh, give me a second here. So, the goal of tonight is that we're going to keep playing Final Fantasy XI, and we're going to work on Sandoria Nation missions. So, I have some crystals that I've saved up so that we can kind of work our way through those. And necessary, I can go pull crystals out of the storage to get them. But yes, we are back. So last time we played Loot's Last Wishes, which was to go get a Dream Rose, I think. So we ended up finishing that. So we have our next mission that we need to work on. And we actually need to go talk to one of the guards and get that mission started as well. Do 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 boo 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 boo. Give me a second here. I forgot to take off a link shell. So. Here, well, loads up one. There we go. Okay. I think this is the one we're talking about. Yeah. Rampier's final rest, yes. Prince Tryon was requesting the aid of an adventurer. How about it? Yes. Looks fairly urgent, so you better hurry to the chateau. The prince is waiting in his chambers. Okay, so the chateau and over further along. That's H7. So yeah, it's the one up further north. So it was you the guard sent. No matter, your mission this time deals with the treasure of the Dragon King. Our royal scholars have brought to light the fact that the treasure may be hidden in the true tomb of King Rampar. As you may have already realized, the current tomb is a new one, built many years after the king passed away. The location of the true tomb was lost during the Great War. This loss has haunted Sandoria for the past 20 years. Finding the location of the true tomb is critical in locating the lost treasure, as well as in boosting the kingdom's morale. Your mission is to seek out the true tomb of King Ramp. I trust that you will not deface the tomb when you find it. No, I will not. Yes, that's what we're doing. And I do remember that, is that we were trying to find the... After we had done the whole thing with the Shadow Lord, that was the thing that we were going to do, was try to find the king's tomb to kind of raise the spirits of the kingdom of Zandoria. So, I do remember that bit. Okay, so, looks like we need to head to King Rampar's tomb, which is not hard to do, so. You're gonna run far. King Rampar's tomb, yes. Okay, so apparently we have to make a bit of a travel here. We have to get to that little rectangular room in the center, which means we basically have to travel through the entire tomb to get there. So, this may take a minute. I'm not worried necessarily. But, yeah. Now, I have been to the I've been to the tomb area, actually more recently than you might think, because if you look on the map where A is, there actually is a way to go down into the catacombs underneath there, underneath here, and you fight Apex enemies. Now, I've gone there a couple times to try doing some jump point farming. Done that with a couple of link shell people, and every time I've gone down there, it's been interesting. But yeah, we're gonna run through here for the most part. I don't think anything's gonna touch me. Okay. I think with the first time I tried coming to do a point, I ended up running all over the place because I didn't know about the little warp here, which was actually rather surprising. I was like, that seemed so obvious in retrospect, but what the heck, you know? Because here's the thing: when you get over to the further east into the tomb, you actually can see in the text people fighting. Yeah, Locust Dire, Bat, and stuff like that. That's the nasty stuff. That's the Apex enemies down there. But it's like there's no obvious way how to get down there. So for those who are curious, I will show you. It's right here. So you talk to that, it takes you downstairs. Oh, no IRL? Weird thing to post in my chat. Oh well. Keep going. Go further in. Stuff's still too weak. All right, that's okay. So this map is kind of interesting because you keep going up and down through the tomb. So we were up at the beginning. We were up top at the beginning. We went down into the caverns, pop up on the other side, and now we're going back down into the tunnels. I remember at what point we actually started hitting the high-level stuff. As opposed to hitting the apex stuff, you know, which is in a different section of the zone entirely, so. Sure sounds windy down in these tunnels. I wonder why that is. Now we're up top. Still too weak to be worthwhile. And this looks a little nicer. Actual, like, archway of laid stone and stuff like that. So I think what we do is we go through here. We walk around. The map is a little confusing because directly below us is another tunnel that you could be on. So it kind of is hard to read when depending on where you are. Yes, we go into here. Hello, Zach. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well, Commander. That's perfectly fine. Whatever time you can spend here is wonderful as is. Okay, so I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting a hankering to fly some more stuff in Elite. So I might do just a little bit of running around in the system tonight after stream. Not gonna jump ship or anything like that. I'm debating whether I need to even do any kind of upgrading on my Sidewinder, because I am just going to upgrade to a hauler as soon as I can, but I don't know. Okay. I'll go ahead and activate this. I didn't expect to have any trouble with these things. Down goes one. Ah! He stunned me. I actually dodged it. Oh, no, I didn't dodge it. I dodged a melee attack. I didn't look up the... I didn't dodge the stone. It just did so little damage, it didn't matter. Okay. Enter through the stone door. Ooh. What's down here? Aha, there's a tombstone. You find an ancient Sandorian book, but you are unable to decipher it. Ah, now I see. Who would have thought a tomb was hidden here? Oh, it's Rushfana. Phantom Jackal 6, please come on in. I was afraid I had dropped it then, but how fortunate that you retrieved it. The dwellers of De Orient still do not know, do they? King Rampar, at long last I find her tomb, but much distance separates us now, ironically. Please watch over me. No, I am no longer in such status. Not anymore. Please, at least judge my actions for what they are. I still deserve salvation, great King of Dragons. Could you show me that for a moment? I promise not to take it. After all, you wouldn't have found this place without me, would you? Thank you. It seems to be written in code. Yet the writing is in ancient Sandorian. I suppose I never had any part in it. But it seems the tome is the only thing here. All right. Oh, cool. That's great. Good to know. So, so while I'm running back, I'm just gonna kind of talk at length here. So, when I was first playing the game, I think what I was doing is I was kind of slowly upgrading. I upgraded my Sidewinder to get a little better before I went off and got a Cobra Mark III. But I remember when upgrading, sometimes things weren't working out properly. I think it's because I got too much weight or not enough power or something. I think it was weight. I think weight was the big issue. There's like an actual capacity of weight when upgrading ships. Is that right? Because know that as opposed to like cargo space, how much tonnage you can hold onto it. But I think it got to a point where I was trying to get better. I'd gotten like a better power generator, but then I got a better boosters. But the best boosters I could get wouldn't let me actually like attach them to the ship, because I think it said that it weighed the ship down too much. I don't know. I'm reaching back many years in my memory for that, so I can't remember exactly the reason behind it. Is Elite Dangerous one of those games where you're actually able to get the best of all components for a ship, or is it kind of a give or take thing? Like you can only put in so much before it actually fights itself a little bit. Does that make any sense? Because I know a couple other games okay. Okay. Because I think it got to the point where it's like, I'm going to install these new boosters I bought, but it's like, you actually can't install these because it's going to actually weigh the ship down too much to actually fly. We actually won't let you fly this because it's too heavy now. That's kind of what I remember. Yeah. I think I do remember that and I I do remember that looking through the modules, you can actually give a power priority, I think. Yeah. Which I haven't done at all. Because the thing is, as you're like taking damage and stuff like that, certain systems will shut down to try and preserve power. So you try and put things like life support and things like that on highest priority, and then lower priority, you put things that you don't need necessarily. And I don't remember if that was specifically because of damage to the ship, or if that was depending on what you're doing. Because I know that in one of the tutorials, when you do the mining thing, you have to actually turn off shields or something like that to actually get enough power for your mining lasers to work, which always seemed really silly to me. Right, okay. Now, because I'm going to go exploring, I've been kind of thinking of, like, what do I need to actually do for exploration? Because I guess the big question is that because the hauler has a bigger jump range, what is kind of like, I know the further you out, the further apart systems get, but when you're kind of in, okay. Fuel scope, okay. So, AFMU to, what does that mean? I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Something unit. Because I know that you can grab, I know that when you're doing stuff like mining, you're able to grab things, you're able to grab parts and, like, you can do, like, onboard synthesis for stuff, so you're able to, like, repair things, but I've never got... Okay. I guess the question I'm asking is that, starting out, because I will have, because I will be somewhat limited in my jump range and stuff like that, what's kind of the average jump range that you see for kind of because I'm assuming that only if I go out towards the ring of the galaxy, the jumps will actually require to be further apart. Well, like, what's the average jump range that you actually need to get between systems? Is it like 10 light years or something like that, or is it 15? I mean, it's give or take depending on where you are, but if you go out towards the edge, they're going to be farther apart. And I would assume they're closer together the further you get in. But in general, okay, to travel well, okay. Because I know that there are, I know that a lot of the fancier ships, a lot of the later ones, they get things like 60 jumps. It's like, will I ever really need 60? I mean, it would be awfully nice to make fewer jumps, but it's like, at what point? At what, yeah. Okay. Only 30 or so. Because, if I looked up the hauler correctly, if you upgrade the hauler up to, like, better stuff, you can get, like, what, 21 jump or something like that? 'Cause it starts out like 12, doesn't it? And then I'm just thinking about other things that I would need to have, because do you get interdicted at all going out into the exploration? Because I've only ever been in colonized space. I've never gone out to the black. So I don't know if you get attacked by spaceships out there. I mean, I would assume that you occasionally run into a Thargoid. No combat way out on the black? Oh, okay. So I don't even have to have anything like defense systems or anything. All right. Okay. So, we went and got to the tomb. We walked all the way back. Sidoria. Da-da-da. Uh-huh. Because what I was thinking of doing, when I get to the point where I have, like, a fairly well-situated exploration thing, I was thinking of heading towards, what is it? Who's the character? Lin Yu, I think? Oh, cool. Fantastic. Let me grab that. Let's go to that link. And I will save that for future. Because if that's kind of a good setup for what I need, yeah, I will happily take that. Okay. But in theory, you don't need to. If there's no like combat or anything like that, and you're saving weight to increase the jump, you don't have to worry too much about it. I guess the only thing you'd really have to worry about is running into like a high gravity planet. I mean, is that necessarily a thing sometimes? Because I know that I've seen videos where high gravity can sometimes screw with you. If you're like jump into a high gravity planet, you don't have the thrust power you need, and you kind of do a system crash. You can kind of do a little bit of crit, but you can get splatted. Yeah. Okay. Well, I will save that. I will save that link up, and that will be kind of what I shoot for, I guess. Yeah. Now, after the hauler, I don't know where to go to from there. What would you? Don't go to a lower. Okay. Okay. Well, and I'm sure that when I'm upgrading stuff, I'll be doing it during stream or something, so you can kind of counteract me and say, like, oh, don't do that, don't do this, whatever. In terms of ships after the hauler, I don't know where to go to from there. Any suggestions? I think Diamondback was something that people have told. But doesn't Diamondback have an issue with... One of the downsides, I think, was fuel scoop. It takes a long time. Hauler's low on the list. Diamondback, I think, is kind of the next level in terms of price. Okay. Because I want to eventually kind of get into everything, but exploration is going to be the big thing to start out with. Because, one, I kind of want to explore the galaxy, because I didn't really do that the first time I played around. It has good money with the xenobiology and stuff. But I do eventually want to get into, like, the trading and doing, and combat and stuff like that, so... Oh, I can imagine, yeah. I mean, is that really kind of like the only downside to the DBX? Is it just the fuel scooping? Is that kind of the only downside? Because if it's a case of like me streaming or something like that, and I'm trying to get certain jumps between, I go like, I'm gonna take a quick break or something like that, and just do a be right back while it fuels up or something. I have a message for Prince Trine asking you to make any reports of your findings to the guards at the great houses. Okay, so we don't even talk to him. Okay. Okay. So going back to that that repair unit, does it just use power to repair modules and stuff like that? Because I think before I get to like a Mandalay or something like that, I think like the Asp Explorer was kind of like the premium exploration ship, or at least built for it, because you had the open cockpit and everything. That's the one I remember being talked about. Okay. Oh, I see. So I would actually need to take supplies with me. Okay, that makes sense. So you basically would go out and say, okay, this is good for 30 jumps. Let's do 20 jumps and make it back to civilization somewhere. Yeah, I've also heard the Great Phantom was really good, and the Anaconda. Don't you have to do like a bunch of rework on the Anaconda itself though? Because you kind of have to engineer it, don't you? Okay. I figured that was the case. Because I heard Anaconda, but it's kind of rare because it takes a lot of extra work to get it going. As well as like, oh yeah, but it had the highest jump in game. Okay. Yeah. Because the Anaconda was built more for, I felt like the Anaconda was built more for, like, a combat ship. But maybe it's a multi-purpose role ship. I don't know. I honestly don't know. For one Anaconda, yeah. I received the details of your mission from Prince Tryon. I will deliver this book to the scholars for deciphering. Okay. With a lean towards exploration. Oh, okay. I think just because I constantly see Anacondas used by security forces, it was lean more towards combat, but what do I know? I think the biggest problem I have with a lot of the bigger ships is that they're meant for multiple seats, but I'm only going to really play with myself, so I'm going to be kind of off-center from straight forward out of the cockpit. I'm going to be kind of offside like you are in a car. So it's like, do I want to get those? I mean, I know that some of them are very much single-seaters. Oh no, I'll have to look into the ships more specifically, but like I said, we are just starting out. Yeah, all of them have center seats. Okay, because I think the when we were doing the opening with the kind of the Odyssey exploration thing, I was sitting in a secondary seat with the other guy. Yeah, or offset behind her. Like, okay, that's good. Ah, Jeff, we've been waiting. Prince Tryon is calling for you. I wonder if this means the ancient Sandorian book has been completely deciphered. That was quick. Let's see. Okay. And apparently we have to go back out there. Just the large ones? Oh, okay. Because I think the Silkworm, which was my handler's ship, was like Mark IV or something, and it was two-seater. So anyway. And from what I've heard, it's usually a bad option to try and get NPCs, NPC like crew members and stuff like that, because it cuts into your profits. Is that still generally the takeaway? Because I played a couple other games. It is okay. Because I think it would be fun if I'm like, well, understandably, if I'm doing like mining or something like that, and I have somebody for a fighter that can fly around and keep things off my back while I'm fighting, you know. Yeah, hopefully. Because, so, here's the funny thing. Another game that I was playing earlier while I was streaming was called Rebel Galaxy. Kind of like Elite Dangerous, on a very much smaller scale, but you could hire a mercenary, and it was a flat rate, flat rate, one purchase, and you could tell them to go fight certain things. And I feel like Elite Dangerous could do something similar. But with how credits run and stuff like that, they're probably going to do like a... Yeah, like they're going to have like an credits per hour kind of thing working. I don't know. Or you could have employees or something like that. You could have a company, and you have employees that come out and help you or something. I don't know. Well done, Jeth. Do you wish to know what was written in the tome? The king is about to make an official announcement regarding its contents in the Great Hall. Oh, let's go see. They've done a bunch of rework for other stuff, so that stuff makes sense that they would rework. Well, it would be hopeful that they would rework the stuff. Yeah, that's a lot. Father, shall we begin? Yes, Tryon. Oh, I see the discoverer of the ancient tome is also here with us. Well, as you all expected, the tomb discovered is in fact the true resting place of the Dragon King. I applaud our adventurer on his work. In addition to this, the ancient writings also tell us of King Rampar's treasure. According to the encrypted tome, the treasure is a sword that, when unsheathed, wields more power than one can imagine. Lightbringer. The Dragon King's Lightbringer. Unfortunately, the whereabouts of the sword were not found within the tome's pages. However, our investigation has taken an important step forward. Jeth, if you obtain any new information on Lightbringer, I ask you to share it with us. And finding Rampar's holy sword is one of our top priorities. Paying proper homage to our former king is something I wish to do as successor to his throne. Jeth, I wish for you to travel to the Dragon King's tomb and purge the area of any vermin. We will follow directly behind. Okay. So back we go. I think my ultimate goal for Elite Dangerous is buying every ship, and working them into, and using each one for something. I know that there's a lot of conjecture because there are multi-use roles for a lot of the ships. Ultimately, I like to get to the point where I have a leap on 5 of the 6, but that would take years. Yeah. Well, I was trying to find consensus kind of online of like, okay, what are ships kind of more geared towards? I mean, some of them are not optimized for some of the roles that they can do, but like each ship would have had something kind of in mind. And I wasn't able to find any kind of consensus on a lot of, later ships on like, this is kind of what this is better doing, but it can do multiple things. Is there any kind of consensus with the community, or is it very much a personal preference sort of thing? Because you think that with how long the game has been out and how much kind of meta building and stuff, okay, because with a lot of meta building that I've been see where people go like, here's the stats, here's what it's good at, here's what it's not good at, or something, you think that there would be kind of like here's something that they could do. But I think the only thing that I'm not going to do in the game is probably get a super carrier, because it okay, well, that's good to know. So if I pick whatever and say like, I think this would be a good ship for this, no one's gonna say like, no, that's actually a bad idea necessarily. Anyway, back to the super carriers. As much as I'd like to get one, because I think that would be awesome, I don't think I'm going to. The main reason because it has a timing thing. If I take a long break from the game, at some point the super carrier is going to get decommissioned. So it's like, do I really want to do that? I'm not a big fan of games that have things that actually have like an actual timer on it. It would be nice if you could like, it would be nice if you were able to take it and store it on a planet somewhere. Like, let's say, here's an example. You could do something like, you could make a space station and have it hooked up to the space station, like on an exterior somewhere, and have it be shut down, so it would be non-functional. Oh, I guess that's true. If you store, because you can store money on it, right? You can actually store funds with the, because it's the maintenance costs that you're paying for, essentially. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's true. In this game, there's a storage that you actually rent out. It's the Mog Locker, and you actually have to pay money. So I actually paid a bunch of money into it. So it's good for like 3 years or something right now. So I don't ever have to worry about it, essentially. Well, from what I understand, for carriers, aren't there like 2 or 3 versions of the super carriers? Or are they all more or less essentially the same? Maybe just different configuration for the pads and stuff. Uh-huh. Yeah, I heard that the base is a leap to do, and then just getting anything like additional attached to them is a whole nother thing. It made me think of what were they in Warframe? The it wasn't Railgrade. It was Rail something. It was Rail ships. I don't know, but where you had you can do these big ship things. You just had to get tons of materials and stuff, cost and materials and all that jazz. It just took a long time. It feels like that. But you know what I want to do is I want to get around to doing the exploration stuff, and get through with that and make a good amount of money, upgrade ships to get it more. And then when I get kind of to a base where I can kind of work with it, I want to go start kind of delving into each one. So, because I know that the combat itself, it can be very grindy, and it's typically you go out to a hazard zone and just kind of protect the minor NPCs from pirates, you know. Or you take missions to actually go hunt a bounty or something like that. But something like trading, you put in your stuff and you go off. Yeah. Not to mention that dogfighting in the game is not particularly streamlined. It still can be kind of a rough mess, depending on your experience. Because theoretically, what I would like to do is that while I'm kind of exploring around the fringes of the bubble, which is what I'll do at the beginning, I want to be able to kind of do partial trading on the side when I get a better ship. So I can actually haul stuff between colonized places to kind of offset the running cost of stuff. Now, if I'm doing pure exploration, I'm not going to be able to do that necessarily. But I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. And honestly, it's just a journey to take a shot at and see what it's like. And I don't even know how I'm going to get into like stuff like engineering or power play or anything like that. So. Because engineering's a whole other thing, from what I understand. Uh-huh. As your report said, it seems no monsters infest this place. Well, yeah, very well, let us begin. Your Majesty. Spirit of Rampar, great king of dragons, may your rest continue undisturbed. Watch over the glory of our ancestors. Welcome, heir of the dragon blood. Oh, it's a dragoon. The sword! You must hurry! Be gone from these holy grounds, foul deceiver! He must have run away. We should hold our position until the end of the ceremony. Yes, I shall guard the interior. But I wonder what that knight meant. Surely he meant for us to obtain it quickly. What else could it be? Surely just a riddle, nothing to worry over. The dragoons' riddles are often deep. What do you mean? Rahal has experience with dragoons in the past, so... Have you forgotten, Karilla? The knights who served King Ramparts were headed by a dragoon, the last one of that age. The last of the dragoons, eh? Huh. I knew it was no ordinary outlaw. Anyway, the rest is up to you, Rahal. What was that? Surely the work of evildoers. Anyway, and anywhere the outlaw goes, they are sure to follow. Your Majesty, we must continue the ceremony. I know. We failed to capture the intruder. Possibly just another grave robber. Shall post knights in this tomb, so we've got nothing to worry about. I thank you for your service to the bloodline of King Rampar. Thanks to you, our future is bright. Jeth, do not forget to deliver your report to the guard at the gatehouse. No, it'd be kind of nice once I get going to do like community goals and stuff like that. Do community goals and do weeklies for whatever faction I decide to align myself to. I ended up looking up kind of what all the factions do. The video was a bit older. It's been a couple of years, I think. But for some reason, I was really kind of leaning towards Lin Yu. Or Yu Lin. I can't remember the character's name. The guy that gives you discounts on ships and stuff. I feel like that would be a good one to go for. Actually, what, this is going to take more time than I actually want to take, so... Now, I don't remember where this is going to take me. I think this takes me to Port Sandoria. Can't remember. One way or another. Oh, it took me to Mara. That's right. Now, let's go ahead and activate this. Set as my home point. Okay. Well done, Jeth. I knew you would not let the kingdom down. I'm proud to increase your rank to 7. Oh, fancy. Now, doing that... we get ice crystals. Good! We can spend those on getting our way up to other stuff. So, Sandoria. Oh, I forgot. I'm newly level 7. Yeah, so nothing is there. The mission we're looking for is called Prestige of the Pasque. Here, we're going to trade to you some crystals. Let me look at my status. How high is my rank? Oop, profile. Halfway. That'll work for now. There we are. Pasque has worked for you, Jedith. Are you willing to take on the task? Yes, even though he's a douche. Excellent. Proceed to the Pasque's chambers on the 3rd floor of the cathedral. So I had another question, Zach, for in terms of exploration stuff. How do I know when I've gotten outside the bubble? Is it fairly obvious, or do I have to make some conjecture when I get into unexplored space? Is that something that you can kind of look at the galaxy map and say, okay, there is the edge, more or less? In a system with population. So if the system's not populated, and it's obvious, okay. Does it do any kind of like, if I go into like something like power play or something like that, that kind of shows me the influence of all the powers, but it doesn't necessarily give me the extent of like the bubble itself. Right? Over Ragged Edge, okay. Okay. Ah, Jeneth, you have come. Royal family requests your assistance. If that sword were to fall into Orcish hands, Sandoria would have her back against the wall. The situation must be prevented at any cost. We have Temple Knights participating in the search efforts, but there is an obvious lack of manpower. Our scholars have been combing through the ancient Andorian texts you retrieved, searching for any new clues. I am confident that they will find something. If only the cathedral's library had survived the fires of the Great War, we would not be so behind in our research on Lightbringer. Your Holiness. I apologize. You have a visitor. Mind you not. What is it, Morgine? Yes, Your Holiness. During the search of the library, we came across an ancient parchment hidden inside another book. Until now, we had passed it off as a poem written by someone long ago. However, after deciphering it, we realized it was a message reporting something hidden deep within the Bosnu Oubliette during the Great War. What? Could it be the Holy Sword, Lightbringer? We were unable to tell from the content of the parchment, but the fact remains that this item was hidden for a reason. Thank you for the update. You may leave now. We must report these new findings to the king immediately. This may shed some light on the whereabouts of Lightbringer. Prince Pedju, what is it what you were sent? What if we were to send Jedith to investigate? Jedith was the first to find the true resting place of King Rampar and has the trust of King Destin. I feel a preliminary search of the area is necessary before a full-scale survey is carried out. Prince Pedju, you must act before Prince Tryon. I've already forgotten the incident at King Rampar's tomb. I understand your words, Your Holiness, but I feel it is my duty to first report these new findings to my father. Your Holiness. Jedith, will you journey into the Bosnu Oubliette and investigate the findings? On the outside, the prince may deny it, but on the inside, he is counting on your success in this mission. Okay. So we have not been in the Bosnu Oubliette for a long time. It is the dungeon underneath the chateau. We're going to go ahead and head on down here. And at some point, we get away from the kind of established maintenance area and down into the nasty. So up here, it's prison holdings and everything. of homage. Walk through here. And this is the trapdoor. In past times, it was said that nobles accused of treason were thrown down there. They would wander for days through the maze of sewer tunnels until they finally collapsed from starvation. Now terrible beasts prowl through the darkness. If you have the courage, you may enter. Open the lid and enter. Ah! Now, I used to come to this area to level up a little bit. Not nearly as viable, not nearly as interesting a point, so. Mind the gap. Yeah, pretty nasty drop. Okay, so, we need to get to map 2, apparently. No, we are in map 2, my mistake. Okay, so the place we're going to... E7 to E7, 8. Oh, that's right. We could have just used the survival guide, but that's boring. Okay, that's the incorrect. Zone into West Ronfar at E8. There will be a... Okay. So we actually do want to go out the East Ronfar area. Gotcha. So everything here is level 50s, I think. So certainly no problem for me at the moment. Yeah, but it was not particularly pleasant fighting stuff down here. You had to come over to get to the werebats. You had to go past the Hecatome wolf, which caused like disease on you and stuff like that. And not particularly fun. Never really explored the oubliette itself, even though it's pretty much like everything here. Oh, Haunt. And it wants to party. Terribly easy, so level 70-something. Go ahead and power up a little bit. Arm. Yep. Go ahead and summon a couple trusts just to speed up the process. Even though I'm not particularly worried about anything down here. Never can be too sure. Let's see. Mayakov, where are you? There you are, my friend. Actually, Mayakov himself, Mayakov alone should be enough. I'd like to say that Maikov, being the dancer class, he would actually be able to cast heals on me. I don't know if he will. He's not going to attack me. Let's not attack yet. Save me the time and effort. I do like when games give a symbol or something to the enemies to show, like, hey, it's a passive enemy or something like that. This game's too early for that system. At least, it wasn't implemented. Okay, when we get into West Ronfar. And this question mark right here. Yeah, we'll do Lilith set this time. Bogzog. Housing Samba. Ah, 100 Fist. Sit your butt down. Ah, an ancient tablet now. Okay, well, we got what we needed. Fly Ixion, back to Sandoria. Are you familiar with Final Fantasy, Zach? The reason why I asked that is that, for some reason, whenever because I grew up with Final Fantasy 6 and 8 and 7 to a degree. So whenever I've asked people, when I play Final Fantasy or something, I hear people say, "I've never heard of that series." It's like, what? How? How do you not know this series? Which apparently it seems more common than I actually initially thought. So. One of those things of like, you've heard of it but never played it yourself. Okay, so little rundown. So Final Fantasy as a franchise, it keeps a lot of conjoined elements together. Like you'll find things like chocobos, the magic, how it's spelled out, character classes and things like that. They all kind of parade through the area with different levels of similarities. But the games themselves are not linked except for a couple of occasions. Like Final Fantasy 1 is not the same game as Final Fantasy 2. It's a completely different story, different characters. Oh, someone's using tomes. Copy of Barrels of Fun. Yep. Annoying. Okay. So Final Fantasy XI was the first of the online. You've most likely heard of 14, the critically acclaimed best game of blah, blah, blah. 14 is the big one, is the bigger one now, but this is 11. This came out in 2002, and is still running. This is retail, so it is 23 years old. 23, nearly 20, yeah, 23 years old. It's not 24 yet. So, older style game. But it originally ran on consoles too. It doesn't anymore, but it used to. Went on PlayStation and Xbox at some point. It essentially is done in terms of all the content that's going to be released. They do little updates and stuff, but they don't do a whole lot. Yeah. Yes, it is. It is probably one of the oldest running games of its age. Typically, games of that age, they're either something like, you know, if you see something like, I mean, this was back in the game era of like EverQuest. That's how old this game is, you know. The fact that it still runs on the PlayStation 2 pipeline, like the coding mainframe, the coding frame and everything like that, like, it's rather impressive what they've been able to do with it. That's why it looks old school. It's because it still runs PlayStation 2 tech. Oh, I went to the wrong place. I went to the chateau. I need to go back to... I need to go to the cathedral. Whoops. A little bit on autopilot. It very much is. They very much are JRPGs, so they can be kind of long-winded, and depending on what game you play. If you were ever going to play one, I would choose Final Fantasy VI as a great one to start out with. Let's see what other great ones are there. So 11 and 14 are the online ones. Only if you're interested in online RPGs would I get them. They have great stories, but you're paying a monthly fee. So take that for what you will. But Final Fantasy VI was a great way to get into it myself. People swear by Final Fantasy VII. I'm not one of those people. Oddly enough, I'm in the minority there. Even though it's still a good game, it's like it's not the evolutionary game that I think a lot of people think it is. That it was for a lot of people because that was their first exposure to Final Fantasy. 4 is also good. 10 I've heard is excellent. I thought 16 was great, and I'd love to replay 16 on stream sometime because it is a very fun game. It's far more into terms of like spectacle and action RPG instead. I see. So you did not find Lightbringer. Well, what have you found is truly possession of the lost Dragon Key? Your Holiness, the Royal Knights sent to investigate the Basnu Oubliette of return. Their search turned up nothing. What is that? Prince Pege had retrieved the stone tablet from deep within the Oubliette. When the great King Rampart brought the chaos in Sandoria under control, it is said that his admonition was carved in stone. This may be that very tablet, my prince. I was correct in assuming that the Royal Knights would not be suited for a task such as this, one that required perseverance. However, we cannot be sure that this tablet is King Rampart's. Absolutely, there is still much deciphering that must be carried out by our scholars. It will require much more time. However, I promise you that I will make this a task our top priority. As for the report on our finding of the tablet, I shall take the matter up with the king myself. And as for you, Jedith, once the ciphering has been completed, we may have another task for you. Good day. I don't like Chamond. Very arrogant. Say you were under orders from the Pavske? I am sorry for all the trouble he may have caused you. When it comes to the subject of Lightbringer, the Pavske becomes a different man. Okay, so we finished that mission, and we got more crystals. Fabulous! Crystals we need to increase our rank, so I'm never against getting those. And I can always store them. Let's see, where is the others? There it is. Okay. South Sendor. Oh, there's two of them now. Okay, so we need to give more crystals to activate the secret weapon quest. Trade him. Oh, let's trade him the ice crystals. That'll work. Your rank points are full. Add the excess of your conquest points. Here we go. Maxed out. The fair Claude de Orion has invited you into the chateau. She wishes for you to see the flowers that have bloomed from the seeds that you brought back from Altepa. Ah, the dream rose. Cool. It's an honor to be invited to the chateau garden. One day, you may even have the opportunity to attend one of their royal garden parties. We cannot keep the princess waiting. Now, off to the chateau. All right, Zach. Good to see you. And please come back into the streams anytime. By next Wednesday, I'm sure to see you, though. So, yeah, have a good weekend, man. Pardon me. So, chat, this is something that I wonder if this is something that just kind of comes natural to people. If this is something it's more common to people, and I just haven't experienced it before. But lately, when it starts getting around to being a couple hours before stream, I start feeling kind of tired and sleepy, and just kind of want to take a nap. I don't know why. I can only imagine that it's just because I'm not getting as much sleep as I need to. Princess Claude, I finished watering the flowers. Thank you very much, Lorima. You'll be getting pretty good at this, milady. I have to watch out or I might be out of a job. Bye-bye. Marguerite had never come out of her room, but she's brightened up a bit since I started letting her help out in the garden. Yes, but nothing we can do bring back her parents. As long as there is war and strife in Vanadale, there will always be little girls like Lorima. Your Highness. Ah, Jeth, I called you here to thank you in person for bringing the Dream Rose. You were continuously putting forth your all for the good of the Orion family. As for me, I have not the power to retrieve a single seed. The princess traveling to other lands? Think of your safety, your Highness. What if Sandoria found herself in the same situation that Tavnazi did? What would become of me then? Would I just sit here and wait for the destruction of the kingdom? Your Highness. 20 years ago, the beastmen concentrated their forces in Tavnazia, and then the explosion. Nothing was left. The Tavnazian Peninsula was ripped from the mainland and became an island. What was the purpose behind the beastmen's actions? Can we truly let something so terrible happen again? For those of you who remember, in the Wings of the Goddess, weaponry had been stored kind of near that area, and it detonated, the stockpile detonated, unexpectedly or expectedly, I don't remember, but, it basically went kaboom, so. But what can I do, a princess locked up in a castle? I envy you, Jedith. Your Highness, speak no more of such things. Here, take a look at the blooming flowers. You're right, Chavalto. Jedith, I apologize for my words. Please, stay and enjoy the beauty of the Dream Roses. Now, for the longest time, I actually didn't know that there was a princess in the game. I thought it was just the two princes. So I was a little surprised when we actually saw the princess. Okay. Back to a gate guard. Secret weapon. A party of royal knights stationed in Gelspa outposts have reported strange activity by orcs deep within Yugot Grotto. From your reports, we already know that the beastmen have built a giant portal, but their motives remain unclear. It makes me shudder to think of what those orcs are planning with that portal. Jeth, your next mission is to travel to Gelspa and continue your investigation into the orc activities. Be on your guard when traveling deep in Yugot Grotto. Losing an adventurer such as yourself would deal a great blow to all of Sandoria. So, we have to make our way to Orlais Peak, apparently. Yes. I think I've made my way all the way up there. I need to check. If not, we'll have to make the trip. So, is it in Ronfar? We can warp to Yugot Grotto. Yeah, we might as well. Cool. We do have access here. Got it yet? Be looking for it with Crystal Dowser, but no find. Oh well, let's charge this ammo and attach to battle machine. If it's worked in Great War, we no lose. Who there? I'm out of range. Then it is true. The orcs are using this portal to gather energy and enhance the power of their weapons. This may explain the explosion that led to the destruction of Tepnasia. Using the energy in its unstable form obviously has its consequences. I apologize. My name is Adialk. I am an adventurer like yourself. I am on a mission for Sandoria. From what it looks like, the orcs have also searching for Lightbringer. They seem to have some special way of locating it. If we don't find it before they do... I applaud you on your resourcefulness. Pretty good for a mere adventurer. Who are you? Orc's crystal dowser is a nice piece of equipment. I use it myself. It'd be a good idea to stop these orcs from using the magic portal. Who knows what would happen if you didn't? However, there is more to this than meets the eye. I wish you luck. Wait, why are you... Let us pray for the safety of us both. I hope to see you again soon. Okay. From a long time ago, I ended up grabbing, when I was doing the Trial of Swords, there was a quest that you got from that, which was getting some spring water for Corilla. So, we can actually go turn that in. Because I need to come all the way up here to do it, so... It's hard to believe orcs had their hands on such dangerous equipment. More patrols will have to be sent out to prevent any new developments in their evil plans. And this crystal dowser, we'll have to analyze it and begin reproduction for our forces. We cannot let orcs get the treasure of the Dragon King before Sandoria does. Well, congratulations on the completion of your mission. Do I know of an adventurer named Idealek? Never heard of him. But you need not worry about some petty travel. You are in a different league. You are now rank 8. So, we got to rank 8 now, which is good. And I'm going to trade all these fire crystals, I think. Oh, and we can also go into quest. Good enough. Coming of age. Princess Claudia's coming of age ceremony is drawing near. This ceremony is an important facet of the Ordeon tradition. Monterley Halver has put up a call for high-ranking adventurers for their assistance in Chateau de Ordeon. Ah, the young princess has finally become a lady. I'm sorry. You can get the details for your next mission from Sir Halvar. So I do wonder what age elves become when they actually become a lady, because they're so long-lived. You imagine it would be something more longer than like 18 years or something. Maybe it's like 50 years or something. I don't know. Dear Mother, my coming-of-age ceremony is drawing near. My brothers tell me that during the ceremony I will be informed of all the secrets of the Diorion family. I have heard that the same tradition was carried out in Tevnazia. Mother, what secrets were revealed to you? Will I be able to handle the burden as you did? I beg of you, Mother, watch over me in these trying times. Okay, so we need to go talk to Halvar. Jeth, I assume an adventurer of your status has heard of the rumors of Princess Claudia's coming-of-age ceremony. This ceremony is a piece of Deordeon tradition and requires much preparation. This is where your assistance is necessary. Travel to the Fountain of Kings located within the Quicksand Caves and bring back some drops of Omniol. The princess is always speaking of your deeds for the kingdom. Everyone here is counting on you, Jedith. Okay, we are going to the Quicksand Caves. Eh. Oh, there's actually a cutscene so you can go to the prince's quarters. Oh, hang on a second. I am staving off just wanting to go to just having to go to the Quicksand Caves because I'm not a fan of the place. It's just a maze. It's a maze and it's horrible. But it's also a real pain to get to. Claudia has finally come of age. My sister and I don't have many memories of the Queen, but every time I see Claudia, I can sense a part of my mother in her. I don't know. It's probably because they look and act so alike. Despite being raised without a mother alongside two older brothers, she has matured into a fine, beautiful woman. Now is her time to shine. Imagine Trion's not going to be quite the same way. Oh no. So, my younger sister has finally come of age. I remember when my brother and I would sneak out of the chateau and search the city for presents to fire. We would always be awed by the wonders of the city. One year, the king caught us sneaking out. Our mother tried talking to our father, but there was no easing his anger. It was then that I first feared my father. My mother fell ill shortly after, and there was nothing my brother and I could do to save her. Maybe it was our lack of power to save our mother that made us enemies. I apologize for my rambling. Perhaps I should journey out into the city and select my sister's gift. Okay. Okay, so we need to get to Quicksand Caves. Okay, so this one actually won't be nearly as bad because I've actually been in this section of the caves. So yeah, it won't be nearly so terrible. Valbo? Yes. Actually, we don't want Valbo. We want Kuzotz, yes. And we want to take the warp from the eastern Altepa. Yes. Don't take a whole lot of time being inside Eastern Altepa. Western is usually where I go if I go anywhere. Western Altepa is where you go in Abyssia. So yeah, Quicksand Cave stretches through sectors of both east and west, though west is far bigger. So. Coming here reminds me of the desert that you go to in Black Desert Online. And oh boy, that's a whole nother beast. Unless you get a certain item in Black Desert Online, you get no map. You can't look at the world map or anything like that. You just have to take a guess on getting across the desert, and it's lousy. Okay. Time to see the Anticans again. I'm sure that we'll see more of them, because I'm pretty sure that Altepa has a lot of story implications for Bastok, so we'll kind of be out in this area. We'll spend more time in the desert with some of the later Bastok stuff. It's something to do with the Gulkas. That's all I remember. Okay, and then we want to find the hole. It's right over there. Open. Woo! There we go. Huh. Interesting. Honor, valor, Bator. I miss Strong Bad cartoons. I think, yeah, the main reason is because the website went offline when Flash got killed. Adobe Flash, I think. You have to wait until the bodies despawn. There goes Honor. There goes Val. Drops of Omnio. Oh, return to Halver. Man, I need to read this page a little closer. My goodness. Ah, drops of Omnio. They're used during the princess's. They were used during the prince's ceremonies as well. Tradition prohibits us from allowing you to attend the ceremony, but feel free to view it. The princess would be delighted at your presence. Okay, so I have to wait just a minute here. It says I have to wait 1 Earth minute. So, good enough for us to get back in here and grab the next mission. Like so. I still need to do this one. This one I'm required to go get a crystal bass, which I have not gone and done. Oh, while we're in here, because we do have to wait. Let's go talk to Kurilla and get this quest done. I know I had judged you well. Thank you for this. What will I use it for? Spring water is good for my eye, you see. I suppose I can tell you. Once, long ago, I faced Prince Tryon in the tourneys, but I lost an eye in exchange for the championship. The honor of best sword in Sandoria was mine, but the eye that I lost still pains me. I consider it punishment for yearning to hear the crowd cheering my name. Please, tell no one. Many knights would seek to take my place if they heard of such things. Heard me say such things. I tell you because I judge you an honest man. Please do tell me I have erred. Thank you, and I will think of you again next I have need for something. I won't need those, but thank you very much indeed. The items she just gave me are the links, which are level 24 stuff. Both my characters that use these are up to level 60 now, so the links are not actually necessary. Okay, another cutscene. I hereby conclude the coming-of-age ceremony of Claudie d'Orléans. So the baby princess has finally become a lady. Did you know that it was custom of the age of ceremony for the dark d'Orléans secrets to be revealed? I'm sure you've already heard that great tale that the Orléans betrayed my father, Altidaur, and dragged Tavnazi into ruin. Silence, infidel! Where did this vagrant come from? No, I did not expect you to know who I am. This is the first time I have been to this cathedral. Wait, you look familiar. But you couldn't be. But I am. My name is Travonde of Tavnazia, son of Altidaur, and sole survivor heir to the Tavnazian throne. Oh gosh, my mother's brother? Rochefort, you were slain in the Great War! You doubt your own eyes? Pitiful d'Orléans. This will be the downfall of you all. Know this, d'Orléans. I will fight Lightbringer. It is the destiny that drives me. After him! Stop, scoundrel! Wait! That Rochefort is a poison of our fair country. Dispatch the knights and have them comb the countryside. No, all of Vanadale for him! But how could it be? And what could he want with the holy sword? So, we finally find out who this guy was. Well, there's a twist. My. That was a long time coming, but I figured he had something to do with the royal family. Just didn't know what connection. I thought he would have been like a lost brother, bred out of made out of wedlock or something like that. But no. No idea what that was going to be. Lightbringer. The king has requested your audience. He has selected you from the Mountain of Adventures in Storia. You should feel honored. You've matured from a fledgling adventurer into a great asset to our kingdom. Do not let us down. I don't know, we might be able to make rank 10 tonight. I don't know. We'll have to see. We've gotten to rank 8 now. We're nearly about to get to rank 9. So, depends on how long these missions are going to be. But if we get to rank 10, happy day. If we do make it all the way to there, over the weekend, I will do a transition to... I will make a transition to Bastock next. And we more or less will start from scratch again. We'll be rank 1 once more. But never you mind. That's not something we're going to worry about entirely. We also might do it. We also might not do it immediately because there might be something that I want to get from the conquest points and stuff. So, we'll have to see. Because I can't get the things from the conquest points until I get to like rank 10 again, I think. I'm trying to remember, because I think it depends on the rank that you have per nation, but you have to be... Once you've kind of selected a nation, you're kind of stuck with that nation until you change over. And I think it's like a week or something like that. You have to do like a weekly rotation or something. Okay, so we're going to check on the Great Hall. Call forth all members of the court. Has the adventurer Jedith arrived? Ah, Jedith. The deciphering of the stone tablet you found has been completed. There is one line that has us especially intrigued. Light will befall the great Vanadil only when the true heir of the Orion raises Lightbringer to the heavens. And this means... It means that only the true heir of the Orion Throne will be able to unsheath Lightbringer, and that only when he does will the true power of the sword be unleashed. Then it is decided. When we have possession of the legendary sword, Tryon and Peju will both attempt to unsheath it. Whoever succeeds will take my place on the throne as the true heir to the House de Orion. The true heir? Tryon or Peji, the sword will decide the future of Sandoria and lead us from the darkness. Of course, we must first locate the treasure of the Dragon King. Rahal, Karilla, I want your knights to concentrate their efforts on locating Lightbringer. Yes, Your Highness. Understood, Your Highness. And Jedith, report to Rahal for your orders. I trust that your involvement in this investigation can only benefit Sandoria. Set forth and search the darkness for the light that will guide us to a brighter future. The dawn of a new era of Sandoria is upon us. Wonderful. Royal Knight's quarters to Rahal. Jeff, I want you to investigate the Temple of Ugalpai. Take this crystal dowser with you on your journey. Use it when searching the area. Any response from the crystal dowser may be a clue to the location of Lightbringer. The fate of the kingdom is riding on your shoulders. Don't let us down. Another place I don't like. Temple of Ugalpai. Well, we'll at least be a little bit more prepared than when we last went there. We went there a couple times. We went there during Rhapsodies of Vanadil, and we also went there during the Rise of Solart missions. So. Okay. Don't want to do that. Okay. So, we have to get something called a prelate key. Prelat? I've always internally called it a prelat key. It's prelate, I think. Okay. This is map. Which map? Which map is this? This is map 1. I believe we go out this way. I'm incorrect. What we want to do is run out that way and go to number 4. Let's go ahead and run past all of these. Oh, I'm okay. So I'm misreading this. So apparently we do need to go to. Okay. Okay. I thought we were just gonna go right over to the map 3 and just no. There's a couple other things you have to do over here. Okay. Now I need to go to, what was it, I-10? To reach I-10 on map 2, that can only be opened by killing the temple guardian. So I-10 is that granite door, I guess? At C? I think so. somebody is fighting here. So we have to defeat this temple guardian. Will not be hard. Door opens, and we're in here now. Okay. Okay. And up the stairs to J10. So D. Okay. Now, I've heard that there is a trick to this. You can get through this door if you fight an enemy with a trust that will run away from the encounter. It's this door. Need a prelate key. So, we're gonna go grab I'm gonna summon a trust that will do this. Oh, just like that. Thank you, Apururu. Perfect. And out we go. Oh, I love that. Okay, so now that we're in here, in the south hallway, examine the 3 question marks. Okay, so to our right. There's some nasty stuff here. Oh, the Tomberry wants to fight. Come here. Come on, let's have at it. At some point, I need to do the quest that'll allow me to do the Tomberry hate reset. Okay. Okay. There's our slightly quivers, but there's no sign of Lightbringer here. Hello, Iron Maiden. Don't mind me. Piece of a broken key. Okay, each player in the party must obtain the 3 pieces of broken key. Now open this door. Oh, and we're gonna get... Flask of Venom Poison. Venom Potion. Oh, I shouldn't have used it on myself. What? Why did I do that? Oh, that was dumb. Apururu, can you remove the poison, please? That was actually really dumb. Why'd I do that? That was so stupid of me. We have an antidote here? Nope. A pot of silent oil? I actually won't say no to that. Oh, it's a temporary item. Ah. Piece of a broken key. Last door. There should have been another one. Oh, the fourth room has multiple... Oh! I need to go to the first room. There it is. Piece of a broken key. So for those who are not aware of the Tonberry's roll-in games, they have an ability called, what is it, Grudge, I think? Essentially, the Tonberries act... They're all individuals, but if you kill Tonberries, you essentially create a... You build up a hatred from Tonberries, to the point where Tonberries do more damage to you each time you've killed a Tonberry. So it's a stacking invisible debuff, essentially. So, so when you're fighting in an area that has Tonberries, it can get very dangerous very quickly if you're not careful with how you handle Tonberries. If you just indiscriminately slaughter, at some point you will get slaughtered yourself. In this game, because it's a persistent thing of you seeing Tonberries, they've made a way to reset that hate. You basically remove the buff. You remove the debuff. There's a particular quest that you have to do that gets you a key item that will allow you to remove the damage. Neo-Ah and Neo-Hum. Oh, he used Mighty Strikes. I believe that increases every hit to critical. I'm so high level, though. The chance of him hitting me is pretty slim. Yep, crit, but he only did 97 for a crit, so not particularly heavy. So nothing in here? You could have fight Lightbringer here. Your investigation is over. Okay, and we can warp out after this. So all of that for ostensibly a failure. But we'll see what happens when we go back to the chateau. I want to keep the coffer keys because sometimes, especially for something like the Ugalapai coffer key, because I'm going to have to go there a couple times for artifact armor. So, I'm going to keep that in notion. Okay, into the chateau. Welcome back from your long journey, Jedith. I am pleased to report that Kurilla's forces located the Holy Sword, Lightbringer. According to the writings in our ancient tomes, the scholars feel that the retrieved sword is truly the lost treasure of the Dragon King. The path leading to this day has been long and treacherous. However, our journey is nearly complete. I do not have the words to express my gratitude for your services. I thank you, and wish that you might continue your work for the good of Sandoria long after I have stepped down from the throne. However, one final ceremony must be held. True heir to the House of de Orion must be decided. At that time, your service will again be called upon. Rank 9. Woohoo! Wonderful. Okay, we have a lot of crystals in our care at the moment. Let's go and pump up our rank, and then go and toss these into storage because they're taking up a lot of slots. Oh, it's fair. He's in my link shell. What is up, fellow wolf? Don't talk to him. I talk to you. A lot of ice crystals. I'm gonna try not using up those ice crystals, actually. Go to status. Okay, so 2 dark crystals got me, what, a 5th? maybe a sixth of the way there. So not hard to spend more. Status now is... Oh, yeah, that didn't do a whole lot, did it? Now we're up to about a third. Yeah, we'll go and throw 6 of these at you. Most of the way there. I think that's good enough then. Certainly will be to get us started. Breaking barriers, I think, is what we have. Yes, breaking barriers. The authorities are saying that a dark cloud of despair is looming over the kingdom. They're asking for the assistance of only the best adventurers. They proceed to the audience chamber in the Chateau d'Orion. Word has it that His Highness is not feeling that well. He may not be present for your briefing. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, so there are optional missions that we can do. So... To tell you the truth, I have my doubts about the treasure of the Dragon King, but Gorilla managed to find it. Still, I am vexed by this. Why was the sword on that island? What island is this? Maybe I should have talked to Gorilla first. We located Lightbringer on a small remote island off the coast of Volbo. Once a part of Volbo, the island was ripped away from the mainland by the force of the Beastman's terrible weapons. Now the area is nothing but a wasteland. When I took the sword up in my hands, I could feel something running through it. At that moment, I knew I was holding the true sword of King Rampir. Ah, so it was on Cape Tarragon. I believe. Now, you can also go and go to the prince's quarters and talk to them and get cutscenes as well. I never imagined myself becoming king. This kingdom needs the leadership of my brother to bring her together. But she also needs someone to step in and take control when my brother has gone too far. If by chance Lightbringer selects me, I do not know if I can prevent Sandoria's bloody history from repeating itself. Civil War, yeah. If the treasure of the Dragon King truly wield the power to rule a kingdom, are we not reading too much into legend? Only time will bring an answer to my fears. Thanks to your perseverance and commitment to the kingdom, Lightbringer has been found, and now the rites of succession can be carried out. As long as the treasure is in Sandoria, the kingdom will be safe, regardless of whether myself or my brother is the true heir to the throne. The rites of succession will be carried out soon. At that time, your services will once again be called upon. Okay. Oh, I didn't see this. This is cool. The airships, I think? Long have we awaited your arrival, Jedeth. Your assistance is required in a mission for the kingdom. Where's the king, you ask? His Highness has retired to his quarters for the day. Recently, he has not been in the best of health. There's no need to be concerned for my father's condition. Now that Lightbringer has found its way back to Sandoria, the king has begun to show great improvement. He should be back to his normal self within days. Now, as for the reason you were summoned here, the Povske has called upon you to perform an investigation. His Holiness should be here shortly. Oh, what does His Holiness want? I apologize for my tardiness. I have assembled you all here today to report a grave new finding. It would seem as of late a magical wall of sorts has been placed around Sandoria. A magical wall, you say? And what is more, this barrier greatly resembles the one that was utilized during the Great War to protect Tavnazia from its enemies. An elemental barrier. Quite odd. To my knowledge, only an heir to the Tavnazia throne would be able to procure such magic. Rochefort, that scoundrel's up to something. However, what could his motives be? This magic wall, it has brought no harm to the kingdom, has it? While this is true, there are still many aspects to this phenomenon we do not understand. I feel it may be unwise to come to any hasty conclusions. Ah, this is why you have requested the assistance of the adventurer Jedeth. That is correct, Your Highness. To maintain such a wall, a medium is required at its center. While mediums differ depending on the type of magic used, I am positive that one is buried somewhere near Sandoria. And its location is with Sandoria at the center. It can be assumed that 3 mediums have been buried. As far as I can ascertain, there can only be one in, there would be one in each of the areas of Valbo, Beldonia, and Norvalen. If it were me, I would bury them somewhere an adventurer would be least likely to travel. Well, where would that be? Your Holiness, it sounds like you were quite skilled at burying things. I have casted a magic wall. I've cast many a magic wall in my time. I'm just calling on my past experience. Jedeth, you must take extreme caution if you happen to come across the mediums. They must be disengaged in the correct order, and my instincts tell me that a trap may be set. But once again, the Povske has impressed us all with his extensive knowledge of the situation at hand. Yes. Well, Jedeth is one of Sandoria's finest adventurers. I am certain that he will locate the mediums and succeed in destroying them. May the gods bless you with her grace on your journey. With that Rochefort running around, we will be forced to postpone the rites of succession. We would not want another scene like that at the coming-of-age ceremony. We have our father's health to think about. However, if what he says is true, and he truly is the heir to the Marskariet, that would mean we share the same blood. That is correct, my brother. Lady. Lady, you know quite well that you're not allowed to interfere with these meetings. Have you already forgotten? I have completed a coming-of-age ceremony. I have the right to attend. She is correct. I apologize, Clady. Well, as long as you are present, let us hear your opinion on the situation at hand. As Petu has just stated, Rochefort is our uncle, our mother's younger brother. That is, if you believe the scoundrel. And that is the exact reason why it's necessary to sit down and discuss with him the matters before us. His outburst at my coming-of-age ceremony has likened me unto a piece of Sandoria's terrible past. Watch what you say, Claudia. Not all of us here are of royal family. I have nothing to hide, brother. During the Great War, the Sandorian army led the Beastmen hordes to Tavnazia. Sandoria used the Marquessate as a decoy. However, that decision was an important turning point in the war. Gallant battle waged by the citizens of Tefnasia dealt a forceful blow to the Beastmen forces and gave us enough time to prepare our armies. Yes, a turning point that meant the loss of thousands of innocent lives and the end of a proud nation. Tefnasia was destroyed when the Beastmen's secret weapon malfunctioned. Nothing, not even the Beastmen themselves, were left after the calamity. Then why do you not sit with Rochefort and tell him this? Why must we capture him without being sure of his motives? Am I to believe that this is how the royal family deals with its problems? Can you not remember what transpired at your coming-of-age ceremony? Rochefort did not seem as if he wanted to sit down and chat over a cup of tea. There must have been some reason he could not tell us at that time. That's why we must first capture him. Only then we'll be able to clear up what troubles our two sides. All right, but can I ask you to promise me one thing? Do not hurt Rochefort when you capture him. I will heed your wish. However, if he lays a hand upon any of my knights, I will be forced to take action. Yes, brother. That is all I have to say. Death, search out and destroy these mediums that the Popsky mentioned earlier. Only by doing so will the kingdom be safe from the treachery behind this fiendish plan. Tryon, I think it's time for us to call on the services of the Cadivar de Cornioles. The Cadivar de Cornioles? Petty, are you mad? Think, my brother. If we allow Rochefort to run about as he pleases, the consequences could be irreparable. If Jeth is able to destroy the elemental barrier, we can be sure that Rochefort will be near. If we make the first move, we may be able to capture him. Then do as you wish. So, the Catares, I would guess is cadaver? So maybe, so I don't know what that could be. I don't know. It sounds like a pretty shifty organization, considering Tryon's reactions. So. I ask the same of you as I did my brothers. If you find Rochefort, please do not harm him. He's trying to tell us something. I know it. Yes, Princess Claudie. If this is how it is to be, then I must take things into my own hands. Okay, so we have to go to 3 places. The regions were Vabo, Valdania, and Norvala. Now, those are regions, not zones. So, according to the wiki here, we need to go to the Valley of Sorrows, which I think I've only run through, but never actually visited. If we did visit, it was very brief. Okay. Balbo, Valley of Sorrows. And we have to go to I-8. Okay, it even says Centauria Mission 9. Sweet. Valley Manticores. Oh, shoot. Great. I just went past it. That was it. Great. Just great. Didn't pay close enough attention there. Field manual. Actually, you know what? That'll be faster. Let's do that instead. Go back to the field manual, and we will warp home and warp back here again. Right there. Found it. Figure of Titan. Okay. Next, we're going to go to Zarkabard. Go to H7 upper level. Okay. To the west of the ramp. Those three. Got east and west mixed up again. Darn it. Okay, got figure of Garuda. The last one, we're going to Battaglia Downs. We have to head through the Eldium Necropolis. We actually will go through... We'll actually just warp right to the Necropolis itself. Okay. Okay, so on map 2, this is map 1. Wait to the southern room and enter the hole at G9. Okay. I know where that is. Let's be about it. Been a while since we've been here. Okay. Center hole was very important because we're going to be running ourselves over here. A second here. Stuff that wants to fight. Okay. We're on map 3. Is that right? Right. Okay, so we need to head out to Battalion Downs. Okay, we've done this before, actually. Go in this direction. It takes us out to the little island. I'm gonna go ahead and just run it. Oh, how dare you! He has bound me in place. I'm no longer bound. Goodness. Yeah, walk past. Thank you. Pete's sakes. And then we're just gonna take a left. Okay, so we need to check one near a stone monument. Here. Oh, gosh! It's a Parna. It's a Parna flagella. Into the corpses fade. I applaud you on your gallant defeat of the beasts. Seem to have underestimated your strength. I did not want to do this. You saw with your own eyes the orc's secret weapon in the Ugot Grotto. If those beasts were able to get their hands on Lightbringer, they could combine the two to create a weapon more powerful than the one that destroyed my homeland. The elemental barrier I set up was to prevent Lightbringer from falling into the hands of the orcs. But if you could not even realize that, then you are no better than those quarreling princes. Wait! Sheathe your sword. Why must more blood be shed? I remember you. Sir Rogerfont, you have been trying to tell something to the Ordeon family. What is it? That is none of your concern. Barnabé, go and check on the other mediums. Leave these two to me. Using force to make a point will only result in more force. If you wish, I can act as a mediator between you and the royal family. This is not an issue that can be resolved over Sandorian tea and crumpets. As long as Lightbringer is in their hands... Why is Lightbringer so important to you? What are you planning to do with it? The fall of the Ordeon and the rise of Tepnazia, if I am not mistaken. Who are you? We are members of the Sandorian Cadorales des Cornelia. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. Cadavres de Cornelia. Few select prisoners from the Bosnu Oubliette promised their lives in exchange for their services as assassins for the kingdom. I have heard the rumors, but never thought that the organization truly existed. I am honored that the Orion family is finally beginning to take my threats seriously. Why? On whose orders have you been sent? The princes couldn't have done such a thing. We are an undercover organization and are not at liberty to reveal our secrets. However, we can tell you this. We have been sent here to bring back the head of that man, Rogerfont. No! How could he break our promise? I know not of the words that you and the princess may have exchanged. We are here to complete our mission, and then we will be on our way. I will not allow it. If you are to slay this man, then you will have to slay me first. Very noble, Princess Clady. I don't know what you're talking about. If you wish to act foolishly, so be it. When we return, we will simply report to the princess that a rogue adventurer attempted to hamper our plans, so she was eliminated. I cannot believe that my brothers would utilize such a group of fiends. Step aside and there will be no need to make such a report. No, I will not allow this. Do not say that we did not warn you. Many a night it has been since I have tasted sweet, warm blood. Let me go! Our proof! Only his armor remains. However, judging by the damage to it, you can be certain that our friend will not be with us much longer. You're out there a long time, Counterpoint. Yes. It's unfortunate that we don't have a body to take back to the princess, but they will have to be satisfied with this armor. Worry not, your highness. I have no intention of informing anyone of what I saw here today. However, you should learn to act more like a princess and less like an adventurer, if you wish to live. I could not help Ronchefort. Could not stop my brothers. Ronchefort, what were you trying to tell us? What secret does Lightbringer hold? Ronchefort! Started immediately running to the guy. Well, that was not what I was supposed to do. Travel to Sandoria. Or Sandoria. Jareth, I have already read through Counterpoint's reports. The fact that Rochefont's body has not turned up troubles me. However, I must commend you on your efforts in disabling the elemental barrier. As for the remaining details of what happened... Understood, Your Highness. Excellent. You understand well the sensitive matters of the kingdom. Existence of the Cadavre des Corniers must remain its national secret. News of this organization were to spread to the ears of the other nations, the consequences would be grave. And with our father as ill as he is... Our father is feeling much better now. He should be returning to his proper position on the throne shortly. Rights of succession are upon us. When the time comes, we will once again call upon your services. You are dismissed. Pidgey, what has become of our younger sister? She shut herself up in our mother's garden. She must realize that what we are doing is for the good of the kingdom. Try on. What is it that troubles you, Peiji? What if neither of us are worthy enough to draw forth Lightbringer? Your petty worries and niggling prudences amuse me, brother. Fear not, as there are none more worthy than we. Who goes there? An orc? Why would an orc be here? Hello? Is anyone around? The Cadre de Cornelis? The orcs have made it this far. Not surprising with the magical wall being destroyed. This forces us to change our plans. Why, you dirty scoundrel! Leave this place at once! You have no right being here! I apologize, Your Highness. However, I ask a moment of your time to talk. You wish to talk with me? Who are you? Okay. So, that is rank number 9. We have one more mission, and then we're rank 10, and we will end the stream then. So, quests. Tutorial. Anchor way down to Sandoria. Last one. Now, the big bonus from this is that I will get a 10% capacity bonus to getting capacity points. So, very important that I get these done. Though, I do want to take a look at that again, because it said something different. Oh, first conclusion will confer a 10% capacity point bonus. But it might not... Okay. I don't think that... Yeah, I think this also increases point bonuses I get for actually doing all the missions. I'd like to think. Here, let me look this up a second, because I want to say that's how it is. Yeah, Records of Eminence. Completion of each grants a 10% bonus. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. Okay, so let's go get this done. The heir to the light. A time of great changes upon us. In a matter of days, the rites of succession will be held at the cathedral in northern Sandoria. It is then that the new heir to the throne will be decided. Due to the unpredictable circumstances that took place at the princess's coming of age ceremony, this time, only authorized personnel will be allowed near the proceedings. However, the royal family has requested your services as a guard. Even we royal knights have not been granted permission to attend. You must be held in high regard by His Highness. I envy you, sir. When you have finished your preparations, proceed directly to the cathedral to report. Off the record, which of the two princes do you think should be the next heir to the throne? Tryon is better suited. Being the oldest, he is the true heir, and many people believe he is the most suited to rule the kingdom. However, Prince Piju's prudent ways may be what this country is lacking. But our opinion is of no matter. Lightbringer will decide who is the most suited to stand over our fine nation. Do not speak a word of today's exchange, or the Monarlais will have our heads if he finds out. Monarlais couldn't even attempt to take our heads. At least not mine. He could take yours. Okay, we need to zone into Sandoria for a lengthy. Knights everywhere. I hereby declare the commencement of the rites of succession. Terms of selection will coincide with those found engraved on the recently discovered stone tablet of the Dragon King, Rampa. Light will befall the great Vanadil only when the true heir of de Orleans raises Lightbringer to the heavens. We shall now watch as the two princes attempt to draw forth the holy sword. Only then will it be known which is worthy to become our next king. Your Highness, have you any objections? I have none. Continue with the ceremony. Prince Tryon, come forth. Wait! Who goes there? Are you oblivious to the events that are just transpiring here today? I am completely aware. That is why I have come. What's the point? What has come over you? No, that voice. You're none other than the rogue, Rochefort. I could care less for this play you perform for your own amusement. I have come for one reason and one reason only, to take Lightbringer. You should be dead. What is the meaning of this? Ha! If you refer to the assassins you sent after me, you may be able to find them at the bottom of the Bastor Sea. Their hidden identities only assisted me in erasing them, unnoticed, from the vase of Vanadil. And that is how I was successful in crashing your little party. If you do not wish to see your lovely sister's head rolling on the floor, you'd best hand over Lightbringer. Why, you... As you wish, Rochefort. On the count of 3, I will throw you the holy sword, and you shall let the princess go. 1, 2, 3. A wise decision, Tryon. I need not your praise, but perhaps you may enlighten us. How do you plan to escape while surrounded by our royal knights? Compared to what I have gone through to get this sword, escaping from this place will be child's play. And what if the sword you hold is not the true Lightbringer? What? Why, you... We'd been expecting you all along. When your body did not turn up, we assumed that you were still out there, planning your next move. However, we did not expect that you'd be posing as one of our own men. Now is time to come to end your life and the darkness that lurks about it. Come forth, O Lightbringer! Tryon, no! Lady, now! We cannot let Lightbringer fall into the hands of those fiends! What is going on here? Where is Lightbringer? Why? The sword was unsheathed, but the gates of paradise did not open! Gates of paradise? Ha! You know nothing of what that sword can do. That sword is the evil weapon that destroyed my country. How do you know this? I know this because I was the one who drew Lightbringer and brought an end to my homeland. It cannot be. Now is not the time to explain. However, Tryon, you now know why I must reseal the holy sword. When I removed Lightbringer from its sheath, it felt as if all of Vanadil was in the palm of my hand, as if all other life on this planet was useless. Had your sister not thrown the Dream Rose pollen at you, you would have most certainly been consumed by the power of the sword. We must retrieve Lightbringer from the grasp of the orcs, then return it to its proper resting place in King Rampart's tomb. If we do not, another country may vanish from the face of Vanadil. Rajavon? And Lightbringer is not a bringer of light, but a bringer of darkness? Tryon! Tryon! Did you not hear? Rajavon! We must send our knights immediately! Tryon, get a hold of yourself! Rahal, get the Royal Knights to track down those orcs. Kuria, double the patrols of the Temple Knights in the city. As for the rest of you, let's retreat to the castle so we can plan our next move. Dismissed! As for you, Chamond, I have a few questions. I think Chamond's gonna get sacked. I see you have all arrived. Now all we have is to wait for Clady. How is he? How's Ronchafong? He is still unconscious. While the blow missed his vital organs, he has still sustained a great deal of damage. The doctors have told me that all we can do now is watch and pray. I see. Then we must wait until we can ask any more questions. However, I have just learned that the role of Lightbringer and the rites of succession was conceived by the Papsky himself. He lied to us about the true inscription on the stone tablet. True inscription speaks of how the sword must be protected at all times and must never be drawn. Why would the Papsky fabricate such untruths? Papsky has come to believe that Lightbringer was the key to the gates of paradise. It seems as if the Archduke of Juno's brother, Aldnarch, led him to believe this. Because the sword can only be drawn by a member of the royal family, His Holiness conceived the rites of succession. So the ceremony was a farce? It cannot be true. We shall never know the full extent of the Papsky's ambition, but just like us, he was lured by the awesome power that Lightbringer harbors in its blade. Then what is Lightbringer? Right now, all we can believe is what Ronchafon has told us. Lightbringer is the weapon that laid west at Tabnazia. Whatever the case, we cannot afford to let the Beastmen attempt to use it, even if it takes the dispatch of every last soldier in Sandoria. Father, let me take command of the army. Tryon? I am to blame for the loss of Lightbringer. Responsibility of retrieving it lies within me. I was the one who ignored Clady's pleas to attempt negotiations with Rajaphan. If it were not for my foolish pride, none of this would have ever been brought upon Sandoria. Father, allow me the chance to redeem myself. Curb your conceit, Tryon. Father? Tryon, you are simply dancing on the stage of destiny. It's time for you to come down and face reality. Father, I will command the army. Tryon, you will stand on the front lines and show the knights of true honor and valor of the Diorion family. Veggie, you will maintain the supply routes, providing constant support to the front line and your brother. Lottie, you will tend to Rajaphan as well as watch over him. He has yet to win my trust. Death, after this display, you must think the royal family pitiful. However, I have one last request of you. I wish you to stand on the front lines with Tryon. And finally, we must not forget that we must be faithful to the citizens of this kingdom. We stand on the foundation they built. We must not lose their trust. Your Highness, one of our scouts has returned. The orcs carrying Lightbringer have been spotted entering the Kubia arena. Good work. Tell the scout to rest from his journey. I order all soldiers to Fei Ying and tell them that the fate of Sandoria rides on their bravery. Okay. So, we head for Fei Ying. Luckily, we have a quick way to get to the arena. So. Andy? Your Highness, the orcs have formed a stronghold in Quibia Arena, and their leaders have gathered there. Understood. You may step down. Looks as though this conflict is to be decided in the arena. Noble Knights of Sandoria, if you fear for your lives, you are free to return to your families. However, unless the orcs are defeated here today, you may not have a home to return to. Those who wish to stay, entrust your lives to me, and I will not let you, your families, nor our fine kingdom down. Let's take back what the beasts have wrongly stolen from us. Let's bring victory to the Sandorian people. Here are your orders. Rahal, Gorilla, you have knights surround the arena. Allow not a single orc to escape. Understood, Your Highness. We will not let the kingdom down. What of your knights, brother? My company will enter the arena and attempt to locate the central command. Prince Tryon, that would be suicide. Assign the task to my knights. Do not be ridiculous, Rahal. I have a duty to my kingdom and the countless lives that reside within it. And even if I am to fall in battle, Hedgie will be there to replace me. Prince Tryon. Knights, take your positions. The time for judgment is upon us, and may victory taste as sweet as Roland Barley 813 we shall drink when we return home. Prince Tryon. Gorilla. There are still matters between us that have yet to be settled. I expect your prompt and safe return, as I expect yours. Sir! My brother. Be silent, Pege, for I know that which you wish to say. Support the front line and take care of Sandoria when the time comes. Do not be foolish. I have already seen the light of victory which shines down upon you. Your words have given me strength, Pege. I thank you. The least I can do for my noble brother. Ah, the squall was over between them, I guess. I'll be here waiting for your return. Take care, Pege. There we go. The heir to the light. And we're gonna make this appropriate. Let's get all of the Sandorian nobles into this fight. Oh, looky. They get past our fodders. Well, they no get to pass us. We eat them like wild rabbits. Wait. No knights be with adventurers, we be tricks. I no need to fight no puny adventurers. You do what you like with them. Woo! Let's see, who else do we need to get? I do need to get a guru. Let's get Ruzlau. That'll work. Maggots, maggots, maggots. Why am I always surrounded by maggots? Let's do this. Ah, you kill my men. Me underestimate many a puny adventurer. Now it's time for you to die. Cease, foul vermin. Another? Good, more meat for dinner. It's time for me to put an end to this. I am Tryon, true heir to the throne of Sandoria. Tremble at the roar of this mighty lion. Simple as that. We're done. Lovely. That sword. We orcs hate that sword. It gives us great pain. Yes, this is earlier content, so I'm way overgeared for it. We don't want pain. We try to destroy sword. Seal sword. Use seal sword. Maybe we orcs can forget hate. Maybe someday we leave together. And welcome back, Zach. Perhaps their hate is simply derived from the fact that they were born into this world we call Vanadil. This content is meant to be done at level 75. I'm 99 plus, so. Prince Tryon, we've been praying for your safety. We did not know what would become of you when you entered the battlefield. We attempted to follow after you, but some sort of barrier prevented us from entering the burning circle. I apologize for the worry I may have caused by my sudden actions. However, Jedith and I were successful in defeating the vile orcs and retrieving Lightbringer. I would like to thank you, Jedith. Tryon. I have returned, Peggy. I believe it was your magical protection that shielded me against the relentless attacks of the beasts. It's not like you to thank your younger brother, Tryon. This is no place to ponder over such things. We must hurry back to the rendezvous point where Rahal and Corella are waiting. You are right, Peggy. Time has come for us, for all of us, to return victorious to our homelands. Death, I'll be waiting your arrival at the Chateau d'Orient. Yep. Time to go. Okay. All right. Bum, 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 bum. I have heard of your valiant efforts from my son. It would not be an understatement to say that your repeated bravery has helped maintain peace throughout the kingdom. As for Lightbringer, as long as Rajafon remains unconscious. Your Highness! Ah, Rajafon. Lady has kept me informed of your condition. How are you feeling? I am in debt to your fine daughter for all she has done for me. Your Highness, allow me to apologize for all the trouble I have caused you and your kingdom. You do so much resemble your sister. Forgive me. We all thought you perished during the Great War. I had only known that you were the true Rochefort, who might have been able to prevent the loss of so many lives. Your Highness. You may rise, Rochefort. As much as I would like to reminisce of times past, I first wish to know of Lightbringer. Certainly. Long ago, the Dragon King, Rampere, entrusted the Tavnazian Marquisate with the duty of protecting Lightbringer. All members of the royal family learn of this duty during their coming-of-age ceremony. So our mother knew as well? Yes, my sister knew of Lightbringer. She also knew that the pollen of the Dream Rose had the ability to temporarily neutralize the power of the blade. So the pollen I threw, my mother left it in her will for such circumstances. However, while we knew of our duty, none in Tavnazian knew the true power of an unsheathed Lightbringer. We were simply told to never draw the mighty blade. When the Beastmen forces made their way to our castle gates, on that fateful day, when the Beastmen had taken the city, my family made an attempt to escape to Sandoria. However, being young and proud, I could not stand and watch as my country was engulfed in the flames of war. I seized Lightbringer from my father and headed back to the castle. I never ever made it to the city gates. The orcs surrounded me, and that is when I drew Lightbringer from its sheath. And the moment I did, I was engulfed in a brilliant light. I felt as if I were almighty, as if I were a god. How long I stood there, I do not remember, but when I came to, I was lying on a beach. Lightbringer was nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be found. The man who rescued me from the sea told me how a great explosion had devastated Tavnazia, sending it deep underwater. He said that people assumed the calamity was caused by an orc weapon that had self-destructed. Due to the lack of evidence, no one would ever know. The shock of the explosion had caused me to lose my memory. For years after that day, I believed the man's tale of the orc's secret weapon. But one day, like a flash of light, the memory of what I had done came back to me. Because I'd drawn that blade, not only my family, but thousands upon thousands of innocent lives were lost. From that day forth, I made a pledge to myself that I would not rest until I found Lightbringer and returned her to her proper place. Only then would I be worthy to die and retreat to the hell that I deserve. Truly unbelievable. I see. So Sandoria's plans to lure the Beastmen forces to Tavnazia worked because they were drawn to Lightbringer. But why were you able to survive that explosion? While running back to the city, I came across a patch of beautiful dream roses and remembered my sister. I do not know why, but I picked one and put it in my breast pocket. I feel that is why, that is what might have saved me. However, the legend of Rampere tells that the Dragon King used Lightbringer to bring peace to Sandoria. How could such an instrument of good bring so much evil? That I do not know, though I feel that perhaps Lightbringer was not meant for us. We shall return to the Lake King and let him decide its fate. I agree. I have the perfect citizen to help carry out the task. Jeth, you are well versed in the layout of King Rampere's tomb. I asked you to travel there in advance and rid the area of any evil that could endanger the task at hand. I have a feeling that the orcs may pay us another unexpected visit. Okay, one last little run. Whew. Oh, that felt good. Nice little pop in my neck. I wish I was able to go faster. It'd be nice to be able to just hurry myself to the tomb, but can't be helped. All right. Unfortunately, I can't mount up in this area. Sad as that is. Sunshine Cat. Another Link Show member. So for this weekend, I'm going to be working on getting some stuff done for the stream. I have neglected it far too long. Some stuff just needs to be done. So hopefully I'll be able to get that handled and going for next week. Whew, I'm tired. But we were able to get to rank 10, which I'm very pleased about. Opens up a couple things for me. But yeah, I need to take a look and see anything and everything that I get from rank 10 Sandoria and see if there's anything I need to do. After that, I will need to take a look. If there's nothing else that we really gain from staying Sandoria, we will switch to Bastock. And we can start working on those. Once we do Bastock, then we can also do Bastock in the past, do that quest scene. Do that quest to get more Crystal War stuff, which would be cool. Just kind of thinking through all the things that we still have to do kind of in the game that wouldn't be repeating. I'm not particularly fond of just doing a leveling or something while I play. I mean, I did it when I was first starting out because I needed to level. But now that I have experience boosts and all that stuff, it seems kind of pointless to show me leveling, but I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem particularly interesting to watch. The story stuff, you know, for quests and things like that, that's interesting. I don't know. I'll have to think of what to do when we start, you know, finishing everything. There's still a lot of stuff that we can do. We've got all the artifact quests except for Samurai and Red Mage to do. We can go through the Abyssy stuff because I haven't finished that, so we could actually, I guess there could be a fact scene for us just trying to level up stuff in Abyssia as well as, you know, working on weapons and things like that. Pardon me. Finally, we're here. Let's put Lightbringer to rest. Oh! It cannot be! It is I, Rampere. I am pleased to see my noble family gathered here before me. Oh, mighty Dragon King, may you grace this blade with your protection. Lightbringer. This blade has the ability to absorb energy from its surrounding environment, transform it into a force more powerful than any other. That power allowed me to tame the beast that wreaked havoc in our fair kingdom. However, I knew that in the wrong hands, Lightbringer could bring great harm to Vana'diel. That's why I call upon the Marquisette to guard and protect it. This blade may be the key that unlocks the mystery of the origin of all beings on Vana'diel. Unfortunately, its power has caused too much anguish. I will protect Lightbringer with what little power I have left, and pray that it never again falls into the hands of those who would abuse its power. Now, the fate of Sindoria lies in your hands. If the calamity caused by Lightbringer has made you realize this, there may yet still be hope. The ephemeral flames that light Sindoria must not be allowed to vanish from the kingdom. May these words remain with you always. Lightbringer has returned to its proper resting place, and the evil that accompanied it has been quenched. Yay, I can warp out of here. Warpy, warpy. I love the warp ring. It's so nice to have. Well worth getting. It's not expensive either, essentially. Okay, 2 more cutscenes. Potentially a third, and we'll see. And then we'll be done for the night. Oh, Jedith, we've been waiting for your arrival. His Highness is about to give an address. Please take your position. Your position. Yeah. Losing my ability to speak. I know that your body still ache from our recent encounter with the orcs. However, I require your utmost attention, for I have an important announcement. I have decided that it is in the best interest of the kingdom to prolong the rights of succession indefinitely. My sons still have much to learn of ruling a kingdom. Furthermore, when the time comes for me to step down, if I find my sons inadequate, I will not hesitate in selecting an heir from outside the Ordeon family. It is not only the royal family, but others like Jedith that have silently supported Sandoria for the past 20 years. Perhaps it is an adventurer such as he that would be best suited for the throne. The arrogance of the Elven has held back this country for much too long. From today forth, we shall recognize our fellow races and join hands with them to form a stronger, better kingdom. Jedith, I am aware of the hardships you have had to face at the request of your country. However, you must realize that without your undying loyalty to the kingdom, we would never be able to realize our erring ways. While simple items cannot express the gratitude of this kingdom we owe you, I hope you will accept this Sandorian flag with my blessing. Rank 10. Nice. Nice. Get a brief applause. We can hold our heads high, knowing that there are adventurers such as Jedith willing to risk their lives for the good of the kingdom. Now is the time for the citizens of Sandoria to do their part. Wonderful. Okay. Sandoria is done. Wonderful. Time to head back to the Mog House. Let's finish up for the night. Whew. Okay. Whew. Wonderful. Well, we've got an item to store away in the Mog House. Let's go ahead and do that. Where is that Sandorian flag? There it is. And there it shall proudly hang. When we get around to it, we might rearrange stuff so then flags are hanging up on the side. We'll work on that at some point. So, anyway, time to shut off for the night. Ooh. All right. Everybody, I'd like to thank you for showing up and watching. I really do appreciate it. Zach, I'm glad that you showed up for the stream. Once again, you are always welcome. So, I hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope you're going to have some fun plans. If you don't, just want to chill or something like that, it's kind of what I'm going to be doing, but I've got some stuff I need to do for the stream. So, tomorrow is going to be you know, doing the couple chores I do every week, as well as working on, as well as adding stuff to the stream and working things out. So we will get back to Final Fantasy on Monday, and we will continue on doing stuff. Whether we switch over to Bastock is up in the air at the moment, but if we do, that'll be like the first thing that we do Monday. I'm not quite sure what else we're going to do. I have jobs that need to be leveled up, as well as some other things that we can do. We can go into Abyssia, and I could show you guys what that's kind of about. I have armors that need to be upgraded. I have jobs level, artifact stuff to do. So yeah, there's still lots of us to do. I just don't have a clear plan of what we're going to do at the moment. So, but yeah, when Monday rolls around, I'm hoping to have a plan by that point. And that's kind of what we'll do. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan as it is. So thank you guys for watching once again. Yeah, it's gonna be some useful stuff. As you probably noticed, I don't have any kind of a proper alert for subs, so that's something I'm going to be working on, as well as working on some other additional stuff for when we get into other things. Anyway, I'm also needing to have a nice, good, long think about proper emotes for the channel, because what I have right now is kind of so I kind of need to decide if I need to lean into something particular or just kind of find whatever I want. We'll have to see. Anyway, once again, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and shut off now because it is 10 o'clock and I'm actually getting a little tired. So, yeah, going to try and not stay up late tonight. Try and go to bed at a proper time so I actually have tomorrow to do some stuff. So, anyway, I hope to see you guys next week. Have a good night, Zach. I will see you soon. Until then, guys, I hope you have a good weekend. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Good night.